All right, so we're about ready to go. All right, so we're a bit desynced here, but hopefully we'll get back that up very quick. All right, so neck and neck right now. Very excited, MurphInTheWild and LeKukie. Oh, and early death for MurphInTheWild. It's still really early in the match, so anything can happen, but very exciting right off the bat. So LeKukie going to the warp zones, and is already off to World 4. MurphInTheWild going for some, again, safer strats here. Yeah, it's best, first to 2 are the rules here. So, okay, so we got LeKukie ending, finishing 4-1. Murph going through right now. Slow and steady wins the race. 4-1 is not of particular concern for speedrunners. It's actually the most boring of all the races. Of all the levels. It puts me to sleep, lulls you into a false sense of security, and then you jump into the mouth of a piranha plant. Oh, and we got LeKukie with, I believe that's 420 Blaze It. And wrong warping very quickly. Very impressive to do that in a race. MurphInTheWild going for our traditional 3-bump method. And LeKukie's off to World 8 already. All right. LeKukie going at an astounding pace here. You know, MurphInTheWild is not that far behind either. Still in good shape. Anything can happen. Both runners currently are not using any additional power-ups right now for safety reasons, and are just going full speed ahead, which is very exciting. So one small slip-up, and it's anybody's game. But right now, it looks like LeKukie's in a pretty commanding lead at this point. But MurphInTheWild, a solid run all around. Just like, for everybody who is for everybody who's not familiar with the 80% speedrun, what LeKukie is doing here is very, 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 very hard to execute, and to execute well, and in a race setting, no less. Very exciting stuff. I myself run this game, and I am nowhere near as good as either of these players, frankly. Oh, and attempted a Oh, and MurphInTheWild loses a safety power-up about LeKukie making short work of 8-3. Hammer Brothers are nice and kind, taking some time to get a perfect 2-4-2 and 8-3. Wow. Bullet Bill glitch, wow. Everything's going... everything is happening right now. All right, into World 8-4. Let's see what LeKukie can do here. Let's see here. Oh, a death for... Oh, attempt at the wall clip by LeKukie. Miss, but back. MurphInTheWild still getting through 8-3. The RNG factory. LeKukie making his way through. Turnaround room. Now going through the water section, so LeKukie moving his way through here. And into the pipe, waiting to see what Bowser will do. Podoboo is nice and kind. Bowser is unkind. But LeKukie, ooh, narrowly misses getting bit in the butt. We got about a 5:10-ish time there on the clock. And MurphInTheWild now moving through, attempting to get a nice, respectable time here. Let's see if he can do the wall jump. Oh, and he gets it. Good, great. For grade 8-4 so far. And then in the turnaround room, nice turnaround into the water. Really good game. Really performance. Good performance by LeKukie here. MurphInTheWild heading through the water. Being extra safe. And finishes at 6:01. Very respectable time. Very, very good run by both runners. That is absolutely fantastic. First race goes to LeKukie, but hey, guys, let's have a GG's all around for everybody because that was amazing. Very talented runners on both sides. I would fold faster than Superman on laundry day. I would hurl myself into the first open pit. So that was absolutely fantastic. Very exciting. And again, one wrong step, one wrong move, and the match can go either way. So very respectable times. I'm looking forward to the next race. MurphInTheWild's current PB is 5 minutes and 9 seconds. And LeKukie's PB currently is 4 minutes, 58 seconds, and 563 milliseconds. And so that's 61st overall for LeKukie, and MurphInTheWild is somewhere around 200th, I think. Yeah, 265th for MurphInTheWild. So definitely a, Oh, there you go. So MurphInTheWild, you are, everybody would consider MurphInTheWild an underdog, but like we say, anything can happen here. So let's see if we can set a PB, Murph, and keep LeKukie honest here. And yeah, let's go for round 2. All right, everybody, we're just getting ready for round 2. LeKukie took the first match in this best of 3 with a sub 5:10 time. MurphInTheWild had a respectable 6:01, which is not bad at all. And so I believe both of our runners are ready for round 2, and we are just beginning our countdown, and so we should be beginning very soon. With a win here, LeKukie will take the match and move on. And so MurphInTheWild it's now or never for Murph. And hopefully he can put together one heck of a run and tie it up. All right, so while our runners are getting ready, and here we go. They might be desynced for a little bit, and then we'll sync them back up. My name's Dubious Dinobot. I run this game a little bit. My PB is about 5 minutes and 1 second. I am not as good as either of these runners, I would say, especially racing under tournament conditions. That is very stressful and very exciting. So there's a bunch of different strategies they could use. They can go for safe strats and pick up different power-ups, or they can just go absolutely bananas like they did in the first round and largely go unaided by, power-ups of any kind. So right now we appear to be synced up, going into World 1, 2. And so we have LeKukie going for optimal speed, and we have MurphInTheWild going for a few safer strats here. And that's, owing to the experience of the runners, most likely. But that didn't lose MurphInTheWild much time, and so they're still within striking distance as they go into 4-1, which, as everybody knows, is my favorite level. Actually, no, it's not my favorite level. It's the most boring level. In fact, I'm already asleep, folks. Just some simple jumps here over the piranha plants, which, unless you are lulled into a false sense of security, you should be able to do fairly quickly and fairly easily. Making their way up the stairs, hitting the flagpole, moving on to 4-2. Everything's going well. Yeah. Yep. They both used magic spells to make it their way through those piranha plants unencumbered. All right, so here we are going again. And we have another 420 clip for LeKukie. And a successful wrong warp from MurphInTheWild. Hot on LeKukie's heels. As LeKukie moves into World 8. MurphInTheWild not far behind. And it's something for an inexperienced runner like myself watching very experienced runners do this, and how they can execute the strats very, very flawlessly and make it look so easy is very impressive to me. So both these runners doing very well in 8-1. Oh, and a death for LeKukie. I speak of the devil. Now MurphInTheWild is up. That is quite the turn of events. Wow. So MurphInTheWild now in the lead going into 8-2. And LeKukie's death came right at the end of 8-1, which is the longest level in the run. And so that puts him behind probably roughly by 30 seconds. So if Murph can keep it up, stay alive, and have a good, clean run, this will be his. But there's still a lot of time and a lot of things can happen. Oh, and so Murph opting for some safe strats there, but he ends up getting clipped by the Bullet Bill. The Bullet Bill and that Koopa Troopa were in some... we're in cahoots there to remove the power-up from MurphInTheWild. Okay, so Murph's going into 8-3, and a whole world behind him is LeKukie. So we're looking for a very clean run from both of our runners here. Murph is in the lead, but he's in an RNG nightmare. And if the Koopas are kind to him, they were. Nice bump and a jump, and Murph with a clean, perfect 8-3 going into 8-4 now, and LeKukie finishing up 8-2. This is very exciting, folks. All right, so Murph entering 8-4. MurphInTheWild entering 8-4. All he has to do is have a nice, clean 8-4. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Hot on his heels. Going through 8-3 is LeKukie, who can leave nothing behind. And has to pull out all the stops and attempt to catch up. I think at this point, we need a death from MurphInTheWild. So a perfect 8-3 from LeKukie. 8-4 MurphInTheWild. Turnaround room. Now he's in the water, making his way through very carefully. Not in any rush. Oh, Murph goes for everything, and Bowser slams him with a hammer. That is quite a heartbreaking move. That was a shame. LeKukie in the turnaround room now in the lead. Going in, all he has to do is jump over Bowser, and that'll be it. All right, a 5.56 by LeKukie in a absolutely bananas turn of events. Murph had it. One final jump over Bowser, and yet that one hammer did it. So the winner, two by a slim margin, by a slim margin, 2-0. We have LeKukie moving on. MurphInTheWild, an absolutely beautiful run, very clean, except for that one thing at the end, and that's unfortunately what cost everything. So very good game though to both our runners. Very exciting. You know, sometimes when you're behind, you need to challenge, okay? You need to move on and try the risks, but, and so it's okay, you know, you gotta swing for the fences sometimes. And sometimes it doesn't work out. All right, so everybody, thank you very much for listening. I'm not sure if we're going to be having interviews or not. I'm not sure if we are. So we're just waiting to hear from our runners if they would like to have a little breakdown of what their race was. All right, folks, we are just waiting for one other. We're waiting for LeKukie to join. All right. So we have both of our runners in here, LeKukie and MurphInTheWild.
Hello, how's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Oh, I'm sad.
So,
That was very, very, very exciting. Very, very good run. So, first of all, let me just say that LeKukie, you this is the first time I've seen you run this game, and that was an amazing performance with some clips that I don't and stuff that I cannot do and don't think I'll ever be able to do.
thanks.
So very impressive. So when you were in the lead for most of the first match, and then basically a commanding performance in the first match. In the second one, you died at the very end of 8-1. What were you thinking when that happened?
So like, since I did A1 safely, the last plan spawned, so I had to do a different strategy on the staircase, and I ended up pressing A too early, so like, I was like, oh my god, why did I do this? Let's just keep going and hope for the best. And then I did like everything as safe as I could, and when I finished my run, I went to look at the stream, and dude, I was so mad because like Murph was gonna win, but he challenged Bowser, and like I felt so sad. That should not have been a win for me.
Yeah, and so Murph, so now take us through. Were you aware that LeKukie had died at the end of 8-1?
Which round was this, or in the second game?
This was the second game, yes.
Yeah, I guess my answer is no, but I didn't know he was going to die, but my strategy was like to, geez, how do I say it? My strategy was just to play a really safe game and try to get a 5-15 to a 5-30. And, if I did do that, then I think I would have been able to win that second game for sure. But, like, for some reason, I told myself, it's my last game of the tournament. It was my last jump. And I thought I could go through the hammers, because sometimes you can. And I don't know if I missed the jump or what. But I shouldn't have challenged him, because obviously I would have won the second game and pushed to game 3. So you got to follow your strategy.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing is like you go in with a plan, with a strategy, and I never having run in one of these tournaments, like actually played, I don't know what you guys see, so I don't know if you are seeing, the other runner. So I guess you just have to stick with what you know, and whatever happens, happens. But it was very close, and I was rooting for round 3. I'll be honest.
I know. I wish there was. That was my goal, to at least push around 3. Like LeKukie has a move named after him, which I actually pulled off in 8-3 successfully. So that was my other goal, to pull off a LeKukie bump. So, I'm happy I did that.
That is very excited. So that's it for you then, Murph, right? In the tournament.
Yeah, LeKukie's moving on. I think LeKukie's playing Miniland. And Miniland was like last week. He's like, hurry up, everyone! I want to play LeKukie. So he's been expecting LeKukies.
Oh my god, I might lose, dude. I don't know.
I want you to win now. I need you to go all the way to the finish, so then at least I can say I lost to the loser, or the winner. I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I need you to win.
Very excited. But guys, like both of you had really, really excellent runs, amazing runs, and under pressure too. So. Very, very good game, and I look forward to I think everybody here should follow both of these runners, and I look forward to seeing your runs again, and I look forward to seeing additional races in this tournament. So any final words, boys?
Good luck, LeKukie. Congratulations on the win. I'll let you have the last word, and thanks for the commentary. I appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. I was afraid of losing to you because I saw your improvement on the last month, so yeah, I was actually prepared to lose. But things happen, so we gotta move on. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, guys, thanks so much. And again, right now, according to the schedule, I don't see any scheduled matches yet, so stay tuned to Speed Gaming channels for the future races. I'm Dubious Dynamite. Thank you for tuning in. And again, GG's to both our runners.